event, we have successfully been able to transform this beautiful idea of grooming our students to be self-employed and equip them to become a passionate entrepreneur with this event. Talking about Sahas, well, it is extremely emotional. It's a journey which was our chairman's dream, and we are so happy that this dream is finally getting materialized into reality today. Dear students, yes, it is the wings to all your dreams. Entrepreneurship being the key word today, helping you become self-reliant. Your college, IHM Bangalore, with the launch of its very own entrepreneurship cell, Sahas, would encourage every student to become one instead of looking out for jobs in the market. I would like to convey my gratitude and huge thanks to our esteemed advisory board members of Sahas Bangalore chapter, who would be unveiled shortly. Before taking much further time, I would like to invite the person who has sprouted the idea of this beautiful dream and given each one of us the responsibility and the reason to make Sahas truly a commitment for all our students. He is none other than the visionary himself, our endearing chairman and chief mentor, Dr. Bose. Sir, thank you so much for this journey, and we look forward to hearing from you as you unveil this wonderful evening today for all our students. Over to you, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
A very good afternoon to all of you who are here, and it's such a great privilege and honor to be with all of these people in the beautiful city of Bangalore and the beautiful campus of IHM, where we are launching today the Bangalore chapter of the Sahas, and Sahas is the latest initiative from the house of IHM, and it is much more than an initiative. Actually, as we all say that Sahas is a game changer, because it is not a statement. Sahas means courage. It's not just a statement. It's not even a venture. It's a commitment. It's a commitment from each one of the team member of the IHM Global family, and each of the team members are committed to make Sahas such a great reality, where we are looking for creating the students into a job giver and not job seeker. We're trying to create a brand new culture of the entrepreneurship among the students, so that the students are not only anymore will be relying for a job in a five-star hotel as a management trainee or something else, but they will also be looking to become their own boss. They will be looking for to doing something of their own. It can be a micro project, it can be a mini project, it can be a big project. They have to really dream big, and because under the circumstances that the world is right now going, it's a tough time. So in this tough time, we need to really get new things happening. People are talking about innovation, but Sahas is not innovation. Sahas is something we have been talking for last 4 years, but then I think this is a time when we really regrouped and thought of actually launching it, because this is the best time. And this is also a great opportunity for the student before anyone else comes to the market to grab in both hands and to become an entrepreneur. Becoming an entrepreneur is not always easy. In fact, never been easy. And it is something which comes with huge commitment, huge discipline, attitude, and also much more hard work than just an employee of a five-star hotel. Like we say, an employee at a five-star may have to work for 8 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours. As an entrepreneur, you need to work for 24 hours. So that is the difference between an entrepreneur and an employee. And at IHM, we are going to get that culture, that DNA, of a band of our own student who will become the hospitality entrepreneur, who will become the hospitality evangelist, and who will lead the hospitality sector from the business point of view. So the education also will change a little bit, and we'll do education for doing business and not just education for getting a job. So a lot of things which we generally do not teach right now, we'll start teaching. And they need a lot of hand-holding. They need a lot of mentoring. They need a lot of guidance because they are young. And that is their biggest asset, is that they are young. So they can think anew. And since they can think afresh and anew, that is what can be disruptive. But also, it's the experience which you don't have count. So we are here to provide that much needed experience, much needed mentorship, much needed little bit of a help here and there. And when required, maybe little bit of hand holding, maybe helping them through our global contacts. But what we are looking at is to create this huge bunch of entrepreneurs who will really rock in their own entrepreneur ecosystem. Because what India needs now are entrepreneurs. India right now do not need more employees, but we need more entrepreneurs who can actually be very small. It can be something as small as having a food truck, or maybe doing 200 jars of jams and kind of supplying to supermarket, or as can be as big as running your own restaurant, or running your own pub, or running your own hotel on franchise. So point is that we are here not just to create the people who will be getting a job. Of course, that's their bread and butter for our placement team, but also we're trying to create a new ecosystem within the IHM educational fraternities and educational environment, which will encourage people to go for entrepreneurship. So I think it's a huge commitment from all of us in the team IHM, from Team Bangalore. And Bangalore is such a great city for doing entrepreneurship. I can't see, apart from Mumbai, any other city in India which is as supportive as Bangalore for the startups and for the new ventures to be launched. And there would be failures, and there would be more failures, because the failures are the pillars of success. So the other day when we are launching the chapter in Delhi, one of our advisor told something very interesting. He said, he's alumni as well. He said that a failure is not falling down. A failure is a feedback. So we should take failure as a feedback and get up and work on the feedback and get things corrected. So obviously, when we talk about entrepreneurship, a lot of things comes in mind, but I think the first thing that comes in mind is that absolutely infectious passion, infectious passion which can work for 24 hours in a day. Even the dreams that people will see will be passionate dreams. So it is hugely driven by passion, but also it is also people on ground reality. They are not going to work in the air-conditioned comfort of a 5-star hotel, but they will be working possibly inside 48-degree of the Bangalore summer, or they will be traveling by auto rickshaw and not by a car, or they will be having in their bikes. So that is what the spirit of entrepreneurship is all about. That is what we need to inculcate among our students. That is how we need to guide our students to give their best and to start already thinking like an entrepreneur instead of thinking like an employee. Like if I see a bottle of wine, well, I love my wine, but I never really see the bottle of wine in terms of the test or anything else, I always see the bottle of wine. The first thing I see is the price. Because as an entrepreneur, if I see the price is something like $7.95 or $12.95, I try to find out how I can market this better, how this can be upsold, how this wine can be sold at 2 times the price, how we can actually make a wine in India at the same price or lower price and disrupt the business. So the thinking process are totally different for an entrepreneur as compared to a common person. For a common person, when they see a bottle of wine, their mouth start watering when I'm going to pour it to the glass. But for me, that price tag is important. My mouth don't water, but my brain water, because I try to find out the revenue. I try to find out the cost. I try to find out the profit. I try to find out the logistics. I try to find out how this wine can be marketed, how this can be sold, and how I can benefit. So as somebody said, I was talking to Calcutta launch in the morning. I did mention this. Somebody said a long time back to me that a business is very simply put, it's an idea converted into invoice. So when an idea goes through the journey and becomes an invoice, that becomes a business. So not that all ideas succeeds, but then we need to encourage the young people to come up with the weirdest of the weird idea. They don't need to come with the traditional ideas. They don't need to come with ideas that we grew up, but they can come with ideas that we never thought about. And I'm sure that these are the ideas that are going to be more successful than the typical traditional ideas. And very soon they will be writing invoice, that the idea goes to a journey and they write the invoice. So with that opening remarks, it's my great honor and a privilege and pleasure to launch the Bangalore chapter of Sahas. Sahas means courage. And at IHM, we inculcate the culture of courage. We inculcate the culture of dare to do. And that's exactly now what we need to do even more from now, especially since we are going through difficult times. The dare to do culture will trigger that kind of passion and the fire in the belly of our student to become business people, to become entrepreneur. And that is what our job is. But then again, we should not prejudice them to think something traditional. We should encourage them to think something silly, stupid, weird. No problems, because these are the things that are disruptors. These are the things that bring money to them and value to the company, to their company. And we will become very, very proud IHM educators once we see our student doing so well. So I hereby launch the IHM Bangalore chapter of the Sahas 2020, and it's actually on 15th of June. And we are launching with a corpus fund of 1 crore. And within 1 year, we are going to bring it to 5 crores. From 1 crore to 5 crore in 1 year. And then we are going to get a funding of 20 crore from external fund managers to make it a 25 crore Sahas fund, Sahas Entrepreneur Fund of 25 crore. So right now, we have already started with 1 crore, 1 year, 5 crore, maybe another 2 to 3 years. It's a 25 crore IHM Entrepreneurship Sahas Fund. So that's the kind of money we are going to invest on the student to encourage them to set up their own dreams. And all they have to do is to dare to dream and dare to do. With that, I'm absolutely delighted to launch this Bangalore chapter of Sahas. And thank you and congratulations to all of you out there in IHM Bangalore. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bose. Sir, you always continue to inspire each one of us and redirect us to the right path. We are very honored and privileged to be a part of such a great commitment. As you always say, and there's a philosopher called Nietzsche who always says, what you know is a drop, what you don't know is an ocean. And with that great thought, we would like to move forward to our next short video clip played by Mr. Raju Bharat, who's the owner and director of Kenilworth Hotels and Resorts.
He's a visionary. And it's always a pleasure to listen to him and to hear his new ideas. And he's always one step ahead. So once again, congratulations, Subarno, to your entire team. And I think you've started a great initiative. So just to keep it brief, because I wanted to hear from Subarno the whole idea about what was behind this initiative. So I think it's come at a very good time. And I think that, again, I'll compliment Subarno that he has launched it at the right time. Why I say this is that, firstly, our Prime Minister is looking at Make in India very, very aggressively. And I think all of us are now inward looking rather than outward looking. And we need entrepreneurs in India. We need businesses, we need startups, we need investment coming into India in a huge way. And this is the right time. I think, Subarno, you started this initiative, and I'm sure with time and hand-holding and with all your good intentions and your team's intentions, many entrepreneurs will be coming out of this initiative. So it's a great start. And the second thing which I feel is also very conducive to this new initiative is the fact that there's a huge disruption in the hospitality and tourism business. Huge disruption. So you need fresh minds to re-engineer, to reimagine the new tourism, the new normal, as we keep on quoting the new normal. You need new minds. Most of us older hoteliers, including myself, are stuck in the past and saying, keep on complaining about the change that's happened, this disruption that's happened, and saying that, oh, the business has no future, the industry is going down, should we look at some other industry? But it's the young people, and that's something which is normal for people who have been doing it for the last 50 years in the same way, or the last 25 years. But it's the new generation that needs, and they are fresh, and they would come with new ideas and new ways of organizing the new tourism, which the world will be seeing soon. So I think these two factors play a very important part. One is the local India Prime Minister aggressive push, and the second is the massive disruption that we are going through. So these are very conducive. It's the right time. I think with the fresh ideas which will come out from entrepreneurs, young people, not entrepreneurs, young people, would definitely, and today I feel, compared to during our time, it's so easy to start businesses. With the digital world, you can see that how businesses are created, and most of the businesses today are created digitally. They're connecting the world, and the entire valuation game and the connectivity is completely different to what we did. So we had very difficult periods when we set up. But today's generation has that great advantage. So they have a great advantage when it comes to setting up, becoming entrepreneurs and basically living their dreams. So these are some of the factors I feel which are very conducive. But my caution is, I've been an entrepreneur for many years myself. It's not easy to be an entrepreneur. That's the first thing. And having an idea or having a knowledge or even a technical expertise is not sufficient or not enough to run a business or to be an entrepreneur. And I think that's where we advisory board members would actually come in, because we have to marry the technical knowledge or the idea with the business skills. Managing a business has a different mindset. And, we can talk about that later, but managing a business is a different skill, and it comes through experience, it comes through a different mindset. And this mindset, I think we need to be communicating to the young people. So what is business and how is an entrepreneur successful? So I think this is important, where I think we will play a role. As I said, it's very easy to have ideas, but as we see, 95% of the startups fail. It's only 3 or 4% succeed. So that's the ratio. So we have to be very careful. You can lose your money. You can become depressed sometimes if you don't know the right path in setting up a business. And it's, I think, important to have several years of experience before you jump into a business, because experience cannot be taught in books. It has to be learned on the shop floor and by running your business. So I think it's important to keep these factors in mind when it comes to setting up businesses and to maybe partner. Maybe you have the energy, the skills, you have the knowledge, but you don't have that business mind. So it's important to partner with people who are business minded. So I think these were some of the thoughts I had, and I'm sure we'll hear from the other panelists, and also we can share later. So, but it's a great initiative, a great start, and I think I really wish all of you a lot of success. And I also feel that it would be an honor and a pleasure to contribute to this initiative. Thank you, Dr. Bose.
Well, that was Mr. Raju Bharat, owner of Kenilworth Hotels and Resorts. Some amazing thoughts, and I think all of us will agree that we have so much more to take back home today when, especially the speakers who are so insightful and inspiring. All right, we are all pepped up now and ready to take the energy levels a notch higher. And therefore, for that, I will have to call Mr. Abdullah Ahmed, the Global Director, Operations and Campus Director of Delhi. So.
Thank you. Thank you, Purnima. Thank you, Sanchari. Thank you, Dr. Bose, for having me today and speaking to all of you out there. As rightly said in Dr. Bose's session, today is the inaugural day for SAHAS for the Bangalore chapter. It's an absolute lovely day for all of us here, and so much of satisfaction for all of us at the head office and at the pan-India level. We're so happy to be a part of this SAHAS initiative that has been launched by Dr. Bose. And yesterday it was his birthday, and it was a return gift that was given to all of us and the student community of IIHM with launching of this fund, 1 crore. And of course, it's a commitment from IIHM side, to share and to let you know that we care. Now, coming straight to the point on investments and starting up your own business. Understand, there are questions coming up to me, and there are questions that are coming up as to why entrepreneurship now, why can't we carry on with our own jobs, etc. So first of all, everybody, understand the fact that the faster you realize the reality, the better it is, Having said that, there are, a lot of hotel chains that have postponed their joining date from June to September and October. And that is reality. This is not only happening in India, it's happening all over the world. It's not only in hospitality sector, it's happening across the board, across the sectors, be it manufacturing, be it retail, be it, hospitality, be it anywhere in the world, right from, mining industry to talk about hospitality. Everything is stopped and nothing's happening. Now, my point is that all of you guys have been trained to make the most out of the time. We've got 4 months here right now in front of us. The latest that we see when hotels would start recruiting, of course, some of the hotels have started doing the joining date by July as well, which is a very good sign. And some are, hoping to start recruitments by August. But generally talking, I think all of us look at job market reviving only by September, October, subjected, of course, depends on the cases of COVID-19 so far. So, realistically talking, we do see a 4-month gap in front of us. Now, what do we do? For those 4 months, we've got 2-3 options. One option is that we sit and waste our time, watch television throughout the day and get bored. Second option is that, we just connect on Zooms and chat and again waste our time. And the third option is that we do something constructive for ourselves. There is no harm in trying. At the most, when I talk about entrepreneurship, at the most what happens? At the most what will happen? You'll fail, right? That's about it. Nothing will happen. But if you succeed, you could be the next millionaire of the next millennium. And that's what I'm talking about. That faith in you should be there, that yes, you can. And there's always this feeling in you that you should try something new. You should always go ahead and at least try. There's nothing that's stopping. In case you're not able to do it, it's okay, relax, no problems. You can even, join the industry 5 months down the line when the industry opens. Anyway, nothing is happening for the next 4 months. So can we all look at our own careers, come out of that comfort level that we have, because that's what you've been trained for. you know, as the other day Dr. Bose was saying, that ships are the safest, the battleships are the safest in the harbor, but that's not what they're made for. They're made to go in the high seas. They're made to go to fight. They're made to go to handle the high and the rough seas. And that's what you got to do. That's what you've been trained for. All the skilling that you've been given, you know, the food festivals, the entrepreneurship, and all the things that you've done in hospitality and in your hotels and in your IT. Trust me, you can. You've got this. But the only thing that you got to do is you got to think what you want to do, and you got to go out and try at least. You know, what's important is that try, that push that you need to do. And with that push, to encourage that push, Dr. Bose and IHM has launched Sahas with a 1 crore corpus, where you will be projecting your, elevation pitch. Some of the students have come to me and asked as to how this 1 crore will be disbursed. So all you got to do is you got to first listen to ideas, create an idea, and if you have a business idea, present it to the board members. That is called an elevation pitch, where you prepare a PPT and you present it. The board members see it, review, they give you ideas, and that's when you come back with the details. The chartered accountants are there in it, they listen to you, and only then the board decides, which is a completely external board, which Sanchari ma'am will announce, and they will decide how much funding needs to be given, for how much time, etc. Now, having said that, guys, it's also important to realize that the faith in you that yes, you can. Now, when we say that you start up your entrepreneurship business, you know, the first question comes to our mind is, what do we do? What can we do? So 2 things, only 2 steps you got to do. First is identify your hobby or your talent or your passion. That's step 1. Step 2, try to make a business out of that hobby. If that business is, if that hobby is singing, if that hobby is whatever, I mean, whatever hobby you have, because why? Business needs passion, unlimited passion. Business needs an unlimited passion, and that will come up only when you make your hobby as your business. And that's when you're going to work 24/7. That's what Dr. Bose says, business is about 24/7. So you need to identify what you're good in. You need to identify what your hobby is. You need to identify what your passion is, and then think of an idea as to how to convert it in business. It could be as simple as supplying food. These days, I've got 2 of our students of IHM who started supplying homemade food to hospitals that are there nearby their homes. Homemade food. So all they got to do is they go one night before, they distribute their cards or the chits where their mobile numbers are written. There are a lot of patients waiting outside, and they say, if you need lunch, home cooked lunch, let me know, I'll provide it to you at 60 rupees a tiffin. And they're supplying home cooked food. This is happening. So my point is as simple as that, you know. So it is only when you think of an idea, it's going to strike you. It could be anything, not necessarily that it has to be related to hospitality. Maybe you're good in something else. Maybe you're good in singing. Maybe you're good in economics. Maybe you're good in mathematics. You can start taking online tuitions. My point is, there is no end limit to earning money, subjected that you've got it here, you think it right, and you make sure that you're working towards it. You know, you're working, you're coming out of the comfort level. Sitting in your bedroom and drawing room and saying what is happening to my life is not going to change anything in your life. Trust me. And that's the reality. The faster you realize it, the faster it is. Now, we are not saying, IIHM as a brand is not saying that, all right, start working towards entrepreneurship. No, we stand committed to you. The ones who've been placed, the ones who've been, some of you have not been placed as well, we have, you know, you have a commitment. Once the recruitment starts again, we as a brand will stand behind you and make sure that we'll do our best to make sure that everybody gets, you know, a job. That is our commitment and that is our promise. So that's there. Don't worry. But that does not start before September, October. So what do we do for the next 4 months? You know, we should not be wasting time. My point is that at least give it a try. Maybe 5 years down the line, you will say that this Sahas was the best thing that could ever happen to you, because that's what something happened to Ritesh Agarwal as well. Oyo started like that. Today is the second largest room aggregator. He comes with no experience in hospitality. He's not a hospitality graduate. So my point is that somebody from a non-hotel background, a non-hospitality background, if he can come and become the second largest room aggregator in the world, why can't you do it in your industry, or you go to some other industry and become an entrepreneur and become a millionaire? Yes, you can as well. The first thing that you got to think in your brain is, yes, you can. First thing, first point. That is the first start point, because you know a lot of times we become negatives ourselves, and negativity is the biggest enemy that you can have ever. And every day you'll have 5 negative people next to you who will tell you, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? No, it is your career. and make sure that for the next 4 months that you got to try. No problems, fail, it's okay, fine. If you fail, no worries, we are there behind you. We'll make sure, inshallah, we'll walk together and we'll get you a job. Don't worry, trust us. That's a commitment that IHM is giving you, that we stand with you. But try at least. You never know, out of the 40 of you or 100 of you, possibly if even 10 try and 5 become open up their businesses, it'll be great. You'll be job creators than job seekers. I think that is where Sahas is coming from. That is why Dr. Bose was saying it is a commitment. That is why Dr. Bose was saying that this is a commitment from IHM side to give you that confidence that yes, you can. And that is what entrepreneurship is all about. And this is the message that we are driving home, guys, that come on, come out of your drawing rooms, come out of your bedroom, think of an idea and start executing it. Idea is not the last thing to be. Idea is the first thing. What starts is the execution of that idea. That is important. And you don't need 1 lakh rupees. The guys, the students, your seniors. Just yesterday, I got a call from one of your seniors who's in Patna, who started this home delivery business. Just 4 days back, he started this. He tied up with 2 hospitals in Patna and he's supplying home cooked food from his house because he said, I was sitting at home doing nothing. So I started 4 days back, he started a business and he's doing about 10, 11 tiffins or 10, 11 lunches a day, which is cool to start off with. You never know. He might become one of the biggest caterers, So that is how it starts. That is how it builds. And when we were chatting, he said, at the most, sir, क्या होगा? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मैं 3 महीने 4 महीने काम करूँगा. उसके बाद मैं वापस दिल्ली आके जॉब कर लूँगा. अगर नहीं successful हुआ. And that's the spirit I'm talking about. You never know. 4 months down the line, he might become one of the biggest, caterers in Patna, supplying food to all hospitals and banks. You never know, because that's how business runs. You have no idea. If it hits a jackpot, you're straight in like Ritesh Agarwal. It's okay. It's okay to fail. As Dr. Bose said, and as yesterday when we were doing this Sahas session in Delhi, young Duplama, who's also your alumni, said that failure is a feedback. So if the failure happens, no problems. Take it as a feedback and move ahead in life. And if it doesn't, success and money is all yours. All right, with this, I got to go and jump on to another Zoom. Wish would have spoken to you a little more. Thank you so much, Sanchari. Thank you, Dr. Bose. Thank you, Purnima, for calling me in. Absolute pleasure to, speak to all of you. And remember, life is about giving it a try. God has given us life not to sleep for 8 hours and waste our day. Get up in the morning, brush our teeth, have lunch, dinner, and then sleep again. Life is short. We've got our dreams to achieve. There's miles to go before we sleep, and we better keep walking. As simple as that. There's a label as well that says keep walking. Johnny Walker. So keep walking, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. It is always so awe-inspiring, so motivating to hear you speak. You always render most of us very speechless. I'm trying to get my energy levels back. All right, so moving forward, as we all know, there is an advisory board of members who have lived an intense journey of entrepreneurship, are very enterprising and extremely passionate about what they do. And for that, I would like to invite Sanchari ma'am once again and request her to introduce the advisory board members to our viewers today.
Thank you so much, Purnima. And I actually have to say that this entire journey, since the very moment we started talking, since the time we've had Dr. Bose, we've had Abdullah, and definitely all our students here, this is really going so emotionally well. So I have to basically give my, completely my gratitude and a big thanks to all the members of our advisory board, our committee members of Bangalore chapter. And we would like to basically unveil this right now with a slideshow. If I could have the names, please. That's right. So we've got a fantastic foray of advisory committee members in Bangalore. I would like to introduce to everybody Chef Avijit Shah, who is the founder and restaurateur of Avandigade Hospitality. He is one of the executive members. Along with him is Ms. Shruti Mittal, who happens to be the chairperson of Ficky Flow Bangalore. And she's in fact leading the chapter of 2019-20. With her, of course, is Mr. Rudro Shankar Roy, who happens to be a senior resource from IBM. And Mr. Anirudh Sharma, who is the co-founder of Third Wave Coffee Roasters. Mr. Gurish Subhash, who is the co-founder of Fromage Restaurants in South Indians, and definitely our very, very own Mr. Chirag Lakhani, who happens to be our wonderful, wonderful alumni from Bangalore. He's an entrepreneur, and he basically has 2 leading restaurants in South India currently. So my gratitude, my best wishes, and definitely through this wonderful panel, an esteemed panel of our advisory board, we are going to be mentoring and definitely giving shape to this commitment and promise to all our students. Thank you very much. And we look forward to the great webinars coming across in the next couple of days. Thank you so much, Purnima. And we'd like to welcome all the advisory board committee members today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And once again, a very, very warm welcome to the launch of Sahas from the entire team of IIHM. Our students have a lot to look forward to, and I'm sure each one of you will have a major contribution to their life and career. Now, this is the moment we have all gathered here today for, and my hands and feet are turning cold with anticipation and excitement. Presenting to you a very, very short video made from IIHM Bangalore from all those distinguished personalities associated with Sahas. I would now request our extremely talented team member, Mr. Shiva Krishna Prasad, to please play the video for all of us.
Sahas, IIHM's new initiative.
Sahas is a great new initiative by IIHM.
For Sahas, this is a great initiative by IIHM.
The amazing new concept of IIHM Sahas.
Sahas, the initiative which IIHM.
Sahas with all of you wonderful students. All the very best and looking forward.
Sahas is a commitment. Sahas is a promise. Sahas is courage. And Sahas is what IIHM stands for.
Entrepreneurship cell is something which is wonderful for all students who are looking into jump-starting their career for themselves, by themselves.
This is a brilliant platform to make sure that the students are job creators and will go a long way in working towards an Atmanirbhar India.
With this platform and the experience of panel members, you take back a lot of learnings on do's and don'ts.
With this and with the help of the panelists, you take away so many years of your life which you would be spending learning new things, and you jumpstart your entrepreneurship program.
The only advice I can really give to budding entrepreneurs is that you have to stay persistent, you have to stay positive.
To really do great work, you really have to love what you do. You have to be super passionate about what you do, work really hard for it, and be patient. And nothing can stop you from being successful.
Namaskar everyone, this is Sanchari Chaudhary from IIHM Bangalore, and I'm here to announce a very, very important thing for all of you, our dearest students. IIHM once again has gone ahead and started a very unique initiative, and this is for Self-Reliant India. And for this initiative, we have in fact, called this entire initiative as Sahas. This is going to be the first time ever our entrepreneurship, you can say our entrepreneurship cell, which we are going ahead and announcing across all our campuses for the development of our students, and definitely to show them another career path, being self-employed, being a self-entrepreneur, apart from the various other verticals of hospitality. So there are a lot of things going to be happening. We have in fact a committee in place locally at IIHM Bangalore, and we take ahead and launch Sahas with all of you wonderful students. So all the very best and looking forward.
This is our commitment. This is a promise. This is our dream. This is something which we all will do together, because we will create hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs in the hospitality industry from the students of IIHM. And that's what is, I think, so Sahas is the biggest gift that we all can give to our students. Sahas is our biggest commitment. Sahas is our biggest dream that we have all dreamed together. So I think that's what I'd like to say today as a great beginning. Let's start today. And the world already knows about Sahas. So let's celebrate Sahas Divas. I think that's what I think we all stand for. So thank you very much, and thank all of you.
Thank you everyone for watching the video with us. And I hope all of you like it and you have a lot to look forward to in the coming days, in fact, coming months. And I would like to now have Sanchari ma'am offer her vote of thanks to everyone who's joined us today. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Purnima, once again. And that was really a very, very inspiring video. And I'm already getting goosebumps, as you know. I'm so certain that everybody else is as well. Well, what can I say more, since we are so excited to take up this commitment as our promise, just like Sir said, to take ahead the first webinar of SAHAS Bangalore chapter. We present an intense discussion on education for business by our advisory board members on the 23rd of June, 3 p.m. So stay tuned for this. At the outset, I would like to now introduce my fabulous SAHAS Bangalore team members, Ms. Dakshina Ghosh, Ms. Purnima Sharma. I would like to have, one round of, say a hello maybe to everybody from there. Yes, Ms. Purnima Sharma, Ms. Elizabeth, and Mr. Isaac, who have in tandem worked extremely passionately to build up this day together today with great support by our digital team, Shiva and Devlina. So thank you so much, guys. And I'm very, very certain, just like Sir said, this is a promise, this is a commitment from our end. And this is something which is extremely emotional and very, very soulful. And we are looking forward. So thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful opportunity that you've given us, the faith that you have always shown, and we will never fail you. We will do the best for all our students across. Thank you so much, sir, and everybody, Purnima.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again, Dr. Bose, Mr. Ahmed, Sanchari ma'am, Team SAHAS Bangalore, advisory board members, panelists, contributors, and of course, our students. Stay safe and take care until we meet again.